In other global news, Ukraine has been bombed yet again. A Russian missile strike on a crowded mall in central Ukraine has killed at least 16 people, while Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has called, and I quote, one of the most brazen terrorist attacks in European history. The group of 7 leaders branded it as a war crime. The leaders vowed that Russian President Vladimir Putin and those responsible would be held to account for the strike that just took place. Russian long-range bombers fired a missile that struck a crowded shopping mall in central city of Kremenchuk. The strike was carried out during the shopping mall's busiest hours when 2 Russian missiles slammed into the mall. More than 1,000 people were inside when the incident took place. And drone images show the extensive damage to the mall hit by a Russian missile. And according to Ukrainian officials, scores of civilians are feared injured. The death toll is also expected to rise. Initial reports from the police suggested that people were still trapped inside the shopping center. Searching for survivors, hundreds of rescue and emergency service workers continued to search for people in the rubble. Ukraine has accused Russia of deliberately targeting civilians, and in wake of the deadly bombing, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has called Russia the world's largest terrorist organization. In a video address, Zelensky said it was not an accidental hit, but it was a calculated Russian strike. The strike was condemned by the United Nations and Ukraine's Western allies. At Ukraine's request, the United Nations Security Council has scheduled an emergency meeting in New York on Monday evening to discuss this attack.
Ще до початку повномасштабної війни ми говорили партнерам, що потребуємо сучасної протиракетної оборони. Повторювали це і після 24 лютого. Люди в торговельному центрі в Кременчузі заслуговували на безпеку. Так само, як і люди в будь-якому молі світу, десь у Філадельфії чи в Тель-Авіві або в торгівельній галереї десь у Дрездені. Світ здатний, а отже повинен зупинити російський терор. І зараз я вже можу це сказати. Я почув це від наших партнерів. Україна має отримати надійний протиракетний захист. Ми очікуємо на постачання відповідних систем.
In separate attacks, Russian shelling of the city of Kharkiv killed 5 people. Another 22 were wounded, including 5 children. After a Russian artillery strike, trails of blood and bodies were seen on the grounds of residential area in a central Kharkiv district. A 12-year-old boy was wounded in various parts of his body. Residents and family members of some of the wounded described the explosions that rocked the buildings. Listen in to their ordeal.
Гулял на площадке, на детской, да, прибежал домой ребенок.
И что ранение?
Ранение подмышкой, легкое, наверное, и рука, и нога.
Как зовут?
Глеб. Ну, тут такие были бахи, что, я даже не знаю, это окна тряслись. Но я была дома в этот момент. Когда вышла, мне говорят, там, по-моему, с твоим свекром такое случилось. Я подхожу, он лежит, но еще живой был. Буквально минут 10 уже начал хрипеть и все.
In the early morning hours of Monday, Russian rocket hit a primary school in the center of Kharkiv. No casualties were reported, but classrooms were damaged and the schoolyard turned into a huge crater. Moscow has commented on the gruesome attack, yet Russia denies targeting civilians in its invasion of Ukraine. However, the UN Human Rights Monitoring Mission in Ukraine has confirmed that by the first half of May, more than 3,380 civilians were killed in Ukraine since February 24th.